Hey guys, how you doing? Good morning, good evening to all those around the world. Welcome back to another Pokemon Unite video featuring Machamp here in the jungle. We're starting off strong, getting our little speed buff, going up to the top lane, getting for that first gank initiation. They're not even going to see it coming. I'm level 4. Why? Because I end up stealing my first Corphish. It happens pretty much all of the time. But it doesn't matter. Because we're getting these bees, we're going to level up to level 5, we're getting our submission. We're in this fight. Enemy Zero Order jumps into, does a lot of DPS to me, but guess what? It doesn't matter because we have Focus Band. Do they know we have Focus Band? No. They don't know. So what happens? They die because they think they're just going to kill me and get away. It is what it is. We're running Machamp as a tanky initiator. That's right. Not a crit build, not all full damage, tanky initiator. You're not the DPS squad, you're not the DPS on this game. You are the tanky initiator who runs in there, you grab that target, your team focuses it, and you move on. That's it. You show up, you smash people, you go home. That's the game plan. Now, in a perfect world, now, being this a solo queue, that's not going to happen, 9 out of 10, but let's say it does, hypothetically speaking. You jump in there with a submission, you get a kill, you get an objective, you move on. That's how you want to win the game when it comes to Machamp. I'm running a tankier build with Buddy Barrier, Focus Band, and Weakness Policy. My goal for this game here, particularly, is to follow around my carries, be the best that I possibly can be by taking out their carries and supporting our own. Now, again, I have red and blue buff. Right now, I do a lot of damage when it comes to close combat. Any hindrances you do on enemy Pokemon increases your damage. Your hindrances, your opponent's hindrances, anything that slows them down or whatever will increase your damage of close combat. I guarantee a lot of people don't know this. So, at the end of the day, this ability is very, very strong. It's bread and butter. You can also run cross chop if you choose to do so when you're playing a crit build. But again, I'm sitting here in this top lane. Why? Because he's level 6 and he's level 7. Bot lane is fine because we have an Eldergross and a Pikachu. Not really worried about it. My Sylveon up here is popping off, we're getting this Rotom, and then we're going to rotate to this bot lane. That's what we're supposed to be doing. Weakness Policy proccing, giving me more damage, keeping me alive with HP. It's really, really good on this build setup. Now, we get our Unite move. So now we can actually play with the big boys. We're going to get these berries, run our butt down the bot lane. I'm trying to flip these objectives as quickly as I possibly can, regardless if it's just me soloing them. Now, sometimes it doesn't happen like that because this is a solo queue game, and our Sylveon is still in top lane for what reason, I don't know. Well, this will happen in your games, my games, your grandma's. It happens in everybody. Here, I am 1v3, right? 1v4, if you want to argue. But, here's where it comes in. I'm down here taking out the key targets that we need to be able to get this dreadnaw. He's still level 7, I'm level 9. One fight right here, I initiate. We get 3 for 1. Big Speed decides to go off again because, you know, my tablet decides to do weird things like this. But in any case. No. Hey, lady, I'm not talking to you. Hey, I'm doing a video here. You hush your face. She's in the backpack and she's still yelling at me. I don't get it. But in any case, I get that 1 for 3 and we're able to pick up this dreadnaw. I don't have to go down to bot lane because I know they have it. There's no reason for me to be there. So I'm going to go back and farm. I'm level 10. I'm the highest level in the game. I want to keep that level increase. I want to keep that scaling. Now, if you notice, I always try to do my submission on the enemy jungler buff when they're doing their ability. That way I don't get hit by it, and that way I can cancel theirs out and theirs goes on cooldown. For those of you who don't know how to jungle with Machamp or what have you, that may be an easier mechanic for you to learn. Sadly enough, I get collapsed on here. I try to grab somebody, but it looks like everybody has Focus Barrier, or what do you call the thing? Score Shield, I'm not sure. I tried to pick someone up and I couldn't do it. It's very unfortunate. I think if I was able to pick up 1 kill, I would have my Unite move there on Charizard. But it's okay, it happens. Pikachu Eldergross still level 9, that is not great. I'm level 11. You know what I mean? I'm doing fantastic. Top lane's doing fantastic. Bot lane not so well. Which is putting us at a huge disadvantage right now because top lane just finally died against Greninja Snorlax. So what does that mean? They're probably going to get Rotom, right? Which sucks because I'm trying to get Snorlax to get up there, but he's too busy getting Aldinos. And this is where games can just fall apart. Right here. Because your team is all like, I quit, I give up. You know what I mean? They're just, you know? And it's frustrating. I know it happens to you, happens to me, happens to everybody. It's frustrating. Those Aldinos sometimes are way too important. Are so much more important than objectives, and guess what happens? Fighting those Aldinos makes you lose out on those objectives. But being Machamp, being tanky, I can walk in here, get these kills, move on with my day. It's just, I got 4 arms, boys. One of these hands is going to land one way or the other. Snorlax is also running Flail and Yawn. It's just like, he's not a threat, essentially. And that Unite move, I don't know what that was about. I don't get it. Because I'm going to catch him regardless. I don't know why she decided to do that. That she just wasted it for our next objective in the bot lane. Oof, rough. Anyway, we're going to get down here. We're going to try to get down here as quickly as I can. And, as you've noticed, where's our Sylveon going? What's she doing? Is she rotating? No, she's not rotating. That's 2 missed opportunities here. We could have possibly stopped or stalled the Rotom if Snorlax was too busy, not too busy doing Aldinos. Sylveon could be down here rotating, but she's not. As you see, I'm just eating this Charizard Unite move. I'm trying to get Charizard away from my squad so my squad can have an opportunity to get dreadnaw and/or fight in that situation. But instead, Snorlax goes where he pleases, apparently. And he's 1v2ing in the corner down there. Why? I don't know. Because what happens? We lose dreadnaw, and then Sylveon wants to rotate. It's these situations where you lose games, and it's kind of out of your control. But at the same time, these key moments here can make or break every single team fight, can make or break every single objective if your team focuses on these rotations. And it doesn't matter what rank you play, Masters, Normal, or what do you call it, Masters, Great, Ultra, it doesn't matter. It happens to everybody. The only time where this generally doesn't happen is when you sit here and you play in a group play. You're playing, 5v5 stack or whatever, because you're sitting here on Discord, you're talking, you're communicating. In solo queue, it's so hard to do this and be 100% successful because you may just be playing with that one person who doesn't fully understand the mechanics of the game or fully understand rotations just yet, you know what I mean, or just too busy farming core fishes in the corner. It's really hard sometimes. I'm sitting here at level 14, the highest level in the game still. I'm ready for Zapdos. Because we do need Zapdos, enemy team needs Zapdos. I'm just chilling, hanging out. Pikachu comes down here for what reason? I don't know. I don't know what he thought he was going to do to me. But you see how much damage that cross chop did? Or, what do you call it, close combat? Pretty much almost one-shot him. Why? Because that red buff. Zero Aura tries it. I assumed he had Unite move. He did it. I just punched him in the face. Now I'm trying to get out. So think about this. Pikachu and myself. Essentially. We got 1 for 2 there. Top lane is too busy fighting what? Rotom. Why? Who cares about Rotom right now in this sense? Why? And she almost died to it. They need to be in mid lane. We need to be on Zapdos right now. Sylveon is farming Adinos currently, by the way, as you can see. Pikachu is in bot lane doing what? Fighting bees. Why? We lose Zapdos. And then what do you guys think happens? Yes, we lose the game. We get a perfect showing here, but at the end of the day, I wanted to make sure you guys are aware, because this does happen to me, it happens to everybody, where you have a great game and your teammates are doing great, but they do certain mistakes in certain situations where it can make or break a game. And I'm not talking about where they just run in 1v5, right? I'm not saying that. I'm saying in general where you need to be on a certain objective, you need to be doing something here or XYZ, but you're sitting here doing this. And that legit will cost you 9 out of 10 of your games. It's not always your fault, but I'm not trying to tell you it's not your fault. But in these situations where you know it's not your fault, just know you're not alone. It happens to everybody, guys. I'm trying to tell you. So now the best thing we can do is score, but in the same sense, they've already scored on their home base. They still have 1 goal up. So this game is a loss. But hopefully you guys have learned a thing or two by seeing Machamp, playing Machamp, or what have you. Appreciate you guys for tuning in to Pawse Plays. Thank you guys for visiting my channel. I appreciate you guys. Hey, smash that like button, join that Discord. I like to talk to everybody, give or take. We're making a nice community over there. We're having a great time. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Let's take a peek at Machamp's abilities, his skill setup, and how I like to play him. This has been Pawse Plays. I'll catch you guys over there in a minute. I'm out. Hey guys, how you doing? Good morning, good evening. Welcome back to another Pokemon Unite video featuring Machamp. Thank you guys for tuning in to my Machamp guide for Master Rank. I appreciate you guys for staying tuned, and let's look at his abilities and see what I like to run and what I use and what I don't like to do. So when it comes to Machamp, your basic auto attacks, your third auto, like your fully charged one, will slow the enemy. It's not super good, but at the same time, it's really, really good depending on your other ability that you choose. We'll get into that. Guts, when you are affected by a status condition, it increases your attack overall. So when you're slowed, when you're crowd controlled, what have you, you get increased ability damage, or you know what I mean, on your auto attacks and your abilities. Now, when it comes to your first moves, you either take close combat or you take cross chop. Cross chop is great for crit builds. So what this does is this ability can crit, you can dash over walls, you can go through multiple targets. It increases your critical rate when you activate cross chop. When you upgrade this ability, your basic attack stats get increased, which is really, really good because it can stack. And then on top of that, you either take close combat. I enjoy close combat. It's not like Lucario's where you gotta stand still to activate the ability. You can move while you're doing this, so you can run in a direction and close combat behind you if you choose to. Now, this ability does a lot of damage. How and why all depends on you. If you're running red buff, if you auto attack them 3 times, and then you get your boosted auto, slows them down, anything that hinders the enemy Pokemon will increase your damage with close combat. But it cannot crit, keep that in mind, but you can hit multiple targets in the same setup with this ability. It does increase damage if any Pokemon you smack has a hindrance. This ability is really, really good for the build that I like to run. Again, your boosted auto attacks will hinder a Pokemon. Red buff hinders Pokemon. There's a lot of crowd control in this game. Close combat is very, very strong, guys. It really is. And then on your next ability is always submission. You can look at Dynamic Punch if you choose to. You jump into an area, you get increased movement speed, increased basic attack damage, and your next attack becomes boosted. You also cannot be hindered. And basically, you just leap into the team fight, deal damage. That's it. That's it. Bread and butter, submission. Always will be. This ability gives you increased critical hit rate buff when you activate submission, so you always have critical hit. No matter what, if you don't have items or whatever, you automatically get critical hit as you level up with Machamp anyway. But at the same time, this gives you another buff that increases your crit rate. Now, once this ability ends and you hit a target, you slam them into the ground. Generally speaking, let's say in a perfect world, let's say you're playing solo queue or whatever, and your solo queue teammates or what have you follow you through and hits the same exact target. That's what you want. But you don't want to grab the wrong target. You want to grab the ideal target. So in a situation, pick up Greninja, kill Greninja instantly, right? Your team focuses it, he's dead. Don't grab Zeraora. Don't even do it. If you don't know he doesn't have a Unite move, just assume he has a Unite move. If you grab Zeraora, you drop him into your squad, he Unite moves, he kills majority of you. You know what I mean? These are things you got to think about when you're playing this ability. But as long as your team is paying attention and focusing your targets down when you go in, this ability is so strong, man. Now, Unite move, you don't really need a introduction. Increases every stat that you have, essentially. And you can hit multiple targets with large damage. It's fantastic. Item build. Yes, this item build is different than a lot of Pokemon, or a lot of people that play Machamps. I give it to you. But, hear me out. So you're playing Buddy Barrier, this is obvious bread and butter, right? You're playing Focus Band. Focus Band, I love having on Machamp. I'm not playing a crit build right now. I like crit builds on Machamp, don't get me wrong, you do a lot of damage, sure, but there are other Pokemon who can do your job better. I hate to be like that. He's an all-around Pokemon, he's not God tier, S tier, on pretty much everyone's tier list. At the end of the day, there are other Pokemon who can do your job when it comes to assassins better. Now, you will win games with Machamp running full crit, no problem. I've done it, you've done it, your mom's done it, grandma, what have you, we've all done it. But I think this setup is much better because it gives you that tanky initiator role. And that's what you want, because with Focus Band, when you come out of that bush, level 5, going for that gank, those first Bs, they're just like, oh, it's Machoke, he doesn't do very much damage. But you can sit there, you can tank a lot of damage because you're bulky, you have a lot of HP, special defenses, or whatever. You're picking up those Bs and or getting a kill, regardless of how you play. At least in my opinion, in my experience so far. Now, weakness policy. This allows you to clear jungle quicker, this gives you more HP and attack. The more you take damage, the more this ability stacks. It stacks a maximum of 4 times. It is so good. Like, this ability gives you so much for little value of just this item. It is so good on Machamp. The other options you can run if you're playing crit is Razor Claw and Scope Lens. So you would do Razor Claw, Scope Lens with either Buddy Barrier or Focus Band, your choice. Or you can just go ham and go all attack damage items. You can get, Muscle Band. It's also pretty good. But this is my setup because I don't like to think of myself as the carry when I run Machamp. I like to think of myself as the initiator, and I'm a support, per se, to the carry of my squad. So in turn, you are a carry, but you're not the carry. But hey man, this has been Pawse Plays. Thank you guys for joining in to my Machamp guide. Appreciate you guys. And we'll catch you guys in the very next video. Don't forget to smash that like button, join that Discord, say hi, tell me I suck, whatever, man. I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm gonna head out. Enjoy your day.